the call now. All right, so we're on. All right, so hey guys, you're watching this in replay, but I'm doing it live with the member himself, John Ortega. He's one of the first members here on the group. Want to welcome you guys to the Hustle from Home page. Okay, brought to you by Mr. Foxy. Here I am at a home. I can't tell you where it is because I'm visiting. It's not my house. Usually you see me in the little cubby hole. But, this we're talking about a story about how to get started in real estate from John himself. He's going to tell you his story. But I also want to let you guys know that this page is going to be helpful for you, not only in the real estate space, but really understanding what it is to hustle from home, to have a successful home business. It doesn't have to be, a brick and mortar business to make money. Am I right, John? You don't need that to make money from home.
I'm in a closet right now, man.
He's in a closet. Batman's there. There's a printer. Like this is real life. So I'm gonna stop talking a whole bunch. Yeah, All right, and I'm gonna stop talking and just kind of let John get to know everybody. And so John, why don't you start out by telling us all right, tell us your story. How did you even get started in real estate? How about that?
I've always have been, ever since, I've always been the person that I can't do jobs, and I've been forced into jobs.
Okay.
My family, relationships, all that. I always knew I can have a good 2 months in a job, and it's just not me. After 2 months, it's just not me. And obviously that led to a lot of firing and a lot of me quitting and a lot of me getting frustrated. So, and actually, I even went to college because I was forced to. I'm regretting all that because I now have student loans to pay, and I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have. I was just listening to people that didn't really get me. So about 3 years ago, I've been doing real estate for about 3 years. 3 years ago, I read the Bible, Rich Dad Poor Dad, right?
Okay.
And I ended up going to one of the RE meetings. I was there. I was broke. I was working a job. I had no money. So I was there just basically, hey, help me. How do I get started? I never heard of wholesaling, never even knew what it was. I was there just to see how to become an investor because I knew, based upon Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's what he said to do. So I was there for that. But based on my research and the RE meetings, that's what they recommend, the wholesale. If you have no money, wholesale.
Right.
So basically that's, then I started doing more research.
Right. You didn't have any money.
Yeah, I have no money.
No money. Okay.
And I had a relatively okay job, but it wasn't gonna make it. It's actually the most I made in a job with that job. So it still wasn't like, it wasn't even making a dent on my, goals and my dreams and whatnot. Okay. I still had to save money and I still had to finance stuff, so
gotcha.
It just wasn't.
So bring us up to the point where, all right, how do you get started? Like, where is it that you come in? Because I think we met around this time, right?
We did. Okay. So I go to this meeting. I think you were there. It was in the Riverview meeting, and I'm not sure if you were there, but everybody was talking about wholesaling. I'm a wholesaler, and they're talking about these big, to me back then it was like a big money amount. I made $10,000, I made $20,000 this deal, and I was like, wait a minute, this is what I make a year, and you're talking about it like you made it in a month,
right?
Like nothing, So I got into wholesaling, and I'm not gonna say the name, but I found a mentor. I didn't have any money, so I didn't pay for any type of program or anything. I just started making friends. So I found a mentor. I started working for that mentor, and I learned a lot. Eventually, me and you got together and did something too. But then, at that time, I had to take another job. And by the way, I will say the job because it's kind of embarrassing. I was doing.
People do it.
And this is like 2 years after that.
Right.
I was doing valet trash, to where I would take my truck to apartment buildings and pick up their trash and just dump it. So if around that time I got sick. If I didn't get sick, I would have kept going the job.
Right. So right around that time, I'm just gonna jump in for a second because anybody watching this video doesn't know this. So all right. So to recap, you were doing some trash. You were just kind of getting by. At that point, you had moved to Georgia, right? You had just moved the whole family out to Georgia. I remember that. And then you were kind of getting things started, and then you got sick, like big time. What happened?
Yes. Back a little bit. Before that, we moved from Tampa to Georgia. We were living in a hotel. I got the job just so we can get out of the hotel and move into this house that we're in right now.
Right.
And kept doing the job, which was basically going up and down the stairs, picking up people's trash and throwing them back in my truck. I have pictures of my truck stacked like super high with trash, which was great. And it was great for picking up stuff for the house or whatnot. Anyway. So
yeah.
It was definitely hustling. So still, definitely I wasn't trying to make a career out of it. I was wanting to jump into real estate eventually. And actually, believe it or not, I did do a MLM type of job while I was here too, which MLM people have always tried to reach me with MLM or come up to me. I'm not an MLM type of person. I'm more of a self-starter. So MLM doesn't work. So I got sick. I fell in the hospital. I'm not afraid to say I had a brain surgery, and actually that was the biggest blessing that I could have had because it stopped me from being able to work and actually focus back on wholesaling, which I had learned within 2 years that I had been doing wholesaling. I had learned what to do.
Okay.
So
at 2 years, you were doing wholesaling and learning.
Wholesaling, I did some deals here and there. With other people, I did some deals here and there, and I even got some commercial deals under contract. I never sold them, but yeah, I just never took the step to go on my own.
Okay.
Until I got
So you got sick.
Until I got sick. Yeah, once I got sick, it was like I can't work. I was working on a side project and I needed money for that. So I told my wife, I'm just gonna wholesale. I'm just gonna wholesale, and that was here we are, and that was about 5 weeks ago that I decided to just start wholesaling again and just started my system again. I picked up a lot from a lot of people. I picked up a lot of I built my system, around my life. And I picked up a lot from a lot of people what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I picked it up from you. I picked it up from other mentors. I picked it up from from all the real estate investor meetings. All they said they were doing, and I just molded this thing into my business.
Right.
5 weeks. It took me a week to get it all set up, to get everything set up, and 5 weeks later, here we are, and I just closed the deal, and I just made some money. So,
okay, all right. Now I'm excited, right? This is the part that everybody wants to know because you're here. Look, you're chilling. You got a little brew, or maybe it's Ruby. I don't know what it is, but you got to the money. Okay, Red Stripe. You're an island person if you drink a Red Stripe, right? So, right. But now you're to the money. So let's take everybody through the deal because they want to know the deal. So first thing. I'm going to jump out the window and say, let me guess, you did some marketing to get the deal.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Let me guess something else. You had to do some paperwork to get the deal locked up. Is that right also?
I did. So,
okay.
As far as marketing, should I even say how I did my marketing?
Go ahead.
And say it. Don't waste your time with letters. Don't waste your time with, mail. Don't waste your time. Don't do it. And I got this from you. Don't waste your time.
But John, at one point you were Mr. El Bandito. They couldn't stop you from putting bandit signs out, right? You were the man.
Hold on 1 second. Let me show you something. Hold on. I still have blank bandit signs that I never got to use. And put it out before the deal was sold. So I still got blank bandit signs in my office.
Okay.
So yeah,
and he just threw it to the side. I love it.
But yeah, don't waste time branded signs. Don't waste your time with letters.
Okay.
I did, I just looked up the properties. I built my own list. You can always buy your own list. That's no problem. But I built my own list, and I skip trace everybody. I skip trace, and I built my own list from skip tracing. So I skip trace. I skip trace, and I marketed directly to the buyers. I'm not gonna be wholesaling for too long, so I'm not afraid of competition. I actually emailed the buyers. And I just sent a campaign today. Mm-hmm. By skip tracing, I found emails, and I got the buyer that way. And it made me cost my whole campaign maybe cost me $60 of the cost of the
60. Yeah. 60? This is the first
time. $60. It was basically the cost of the skip tracing system, okay. And basically everything else was free and me, putting in time. That's it.
Your time.
Right. Where a banded sign campaign or a mail, physical mail campaign is going to cost you like $400, $500. My whole campaign cost me $60.
Okay. Yeah. And for the $60, how much did you make? Well, before you tell us how much you make, because I think I know.
No problem. I just made almost $9,000, $8,877 just because of some fees I have to take care of. It was supposed to be $13,000.
Okay, but some things happened where it got dwindled down to $8,800, right? Roughly.
Right. But I still made money, so I don't care.
Okay. So $8,800 from 60. Not a bad return, and your time, right? Okay, so all right. So tell me a little bit about the money now. So once you got it, and I'm gonna ask you something personal. You don't have to tell me or everybody else because other people gonna watch this. But how was it to get that money in your hand? This is the biggest check you ever had, right?
Yeah, it is because every other deal. Actually, I had deals where I've made more, but it was a split deal or JV or whatnot. So It's the only deal the biggest deal that I've done by myself and the biggest share I ever had.
Okay.
So it's that's another thing. Always ask for your money to be wired. Always, always, always. So my money was wired in about a half hour. As soon as I went in and signed my portion. My money was in my account in about half hour, and it was awesome. I called my wife. I checked my account. I called my wife into the office. We had a little dance, and we started the money in there. Immediately, we started paying stuff that we already had planned to pay, and things to do. I had to get season tickets for Six Flags, which is just down the street.
Awesome.
For the kids, with their birthday, but. Stuff like that, and we pay some bills and stuff. We still have a little bit left, not the whole thing, but it was great, man. Getting that money, and after that drought, because I got sick and she was the only one working at the time. After that drought, it was great to get something like that. So it was awesome.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, your story is not only inspiring. It just so happened that we kind of connected just. Back online because, we were working together and kind of talking, and you did fall sick and, it just kind of didn't connect for a while there. But the thing that I say about you, just knowing you, man, I'll just tell you this from what I know about you, is you've always been a guy that was never afraid to put in the work. And, when we talk about like hustling from home, it's like, no matter what, you don't, no matter what you're doing, you don't need this big elaborate. I think that people always get trapped in that idea. Like, you gotta have thousands of dollars to get started in this business. And they look at some of these, FAGs, like these fake ass gurus out there that are telling you, you need this system, you need that. But really, you're proof. You're somebody that's just like, look, I know enough to get things going. I got some training from a mentor. And I went out there and I put in the work. And now, like you said, now you're going to Six Flags, right? Like, things change for you. So tell me more about go ahead.
Huh? A lot of people get bugged up in the details as far as, I have to make business cards. I have to, get LLC. I have to do this. I have to do that. You don't have to do any of that. I don't even have business cards right now. I don't. I've had business cards.
Right.
I have some that I can just pull up and actually maybe here somewhere. I can pull up and just give you my number in, but don't get bugged up on details. I mean, I don't even have any of that. I don't have shirts made. I don't have, I just, with this money that I just made, I just got a escort going, for tax reasons. So yeah, don't get bugged up until just do the freaking thing. That's it, man.
Just
do it.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, that's great advice. Let me ask you this. I'm going to ask another question that I get from a lot of folks that are trying to get started, well, want to get started in a business. How important do you think it is to try to figure this business out, like on your own, or to have some help? I mean, which would you recommend in your
You need to find somebody who's already doing what you want to do. Definitely need, and I don't mean like, you know, a lot of people, that's what a lot of people get wrong. And actually, the deal I just got, the owner, he wants to wholesale with me, by the way. And I was telling him just this. I got somebody to wholesale in Denver. He's in Denver, by the way. I was telling him this: don't approach people as a business thing. Just approach people as a friend. You know, let's have some drinks. Let's go hang out. Let's go watch a game or whatever. And eventually, that relationship will get there to where they are, you know, sharing stuff with you about their own business. Because if you approach it as a business, you have your business face. You put your business face forward. Then they're going to be a little more reluctant on giving you the inside information of how they do their stuff and whatnot. So what I'm saying is approach everybody as a friend and try to make some friends. Try to hang out. That's it. That's all it is. And I still have big time in Tampa. I have a lot of friends that are doing wholesaling big time. And it's because of those early relationships where we just went clubbing or went for drinks or went having dinner. And we weren't thinking business. Obviously we talked business eventually, or we would talk about the deals and laugh about the deals that we had going on. But mainly it was more of a relationship, a friend to friend relationship. So
okay, yeah, I get it. So let's talk real stuff like day to day, right? How long does it take you? How much are you working in your business daily? Like how many hours a day are you putting in, would you say?
I don't even know, man. I'm in the every chance I get schedule. So every chance I get, I will put in a business. I mean, I have a family of 3 kids. So actually at 5 o'clock, I have to go to a parent meeting. So if I take a break from my business to go there, I come back and do it. I'm probably putting in, like, if I really were to calculate it, maybe 16, 17 hours, something like that, 18 hours. But I really don't know. I mean, and that's the thing, I get up whenever I want. I don't have an alarm clock or anything. So from the time I get up, I go in my office, I start working. And if I have something scheduled that day, I just do it. And I don't have a set schedule to where I say I'm going to work these many hours, because I feel like if you set yourself like that, then it's more like a job. I want to be more flexible. Hey, I'm here drinking my beer and talking to you, and I'm completely flexible. If I wanted to go and take a nap and do that, my room is right there where I could go take a nap and come back and do this as a work for if you feel tired, I just go back. If I feel tired, I go back and take a nap or whatever. I don't have anything set up like that. I just work whenever I have a chance, I work. And if I have family,
and that works for you. That works for you, right?
It works for me.
Yeah, that's the setup that works. You got some cash in your hand. That's what makes sense for you. I got it. And what you're saying is, with being at home, like, you don't have to have all this other crazy stuff happening, where you could just be free. If you're hungry, go get something to eat. But you understand that this is you're here, you're hustling, you're making some money. And what has that done for you and your family? Like, what kind of flexibility did this last check give you guys? Like you said, you going to Disney, to Six Flags. What are the bills? Like, you were able to take care of some bills. What was it that you were able to catch up on?
Side project, and I was able to just put in that cash with no problem, which I needed some cash to feed that. I had a, this is kind of embarrassing, but I had a mountain of clothes to get done. And I just took it to the freaking, a place to the wash and fall and have them do it. I just picked them up today. And because I'm working so much that I have no time for housework. I really don't.
Right.
Let's see, what else? I was able to help my cousin out in Puerto. I'm from Puerto Rico. My cousin out in Puerto Rico, she needs the money. I was able to send her some. My wife needs to go to Florida for some family stuff, so I'm helping her out with that. And she wants to get away and do her little girl thing. So I was able to do that for her.
Right. Right.
So it's just trust me. I prefer rich. I've been poor. I have not been rich yet, but I've been poor. But I'm telling you, rich is so much better. So having money is better.
Okay.
It's awesome. Don't listen to people that say money doesn't buy happiness. It doesn't buy happiness, but it finances it. That's how I always say.
That's the best one I've heard of. So it finances it. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, it's when you say that, I think back to when I was first getting started, and yeah, I had everybody telling me just go get a job because I was struggling, didn't know how to market, didn't know how to close deals, didn't know how to talk to sellers, and I struggled. And it wasn't until probably within the time I've been here in Florida when I actually learned the business and things started to change. It's like, wow, you're actually doing this. This is actually what you do. And I tell you, few trips later, few trips out of the country here and there, houses, being able to invest in the future, things really change. And this business, I won't just say it. Let me ask you this. Is this business a little bit easier than picking up people's shit from their from their houses? Is that a little bit better?
Yes, if I have a job, I'm putting up almost the same effort as I'm doing in this business. So I say, screw everybody else, screw their business, just do your own thing. Put as much effort as you will put into anybody else's business, for real, because it's the same thing. It really is.
Yeah, that's great.
Don't look. A lot of people are looking for extra cash. Don't look for. I hate that. I hate that term, extra cash. Look for cash.
Period.
There's a lot of businesses that give you cash. Don't look for extra cash. If you're looking for extra cash, that means that you have something that gives you cash. Like a job. Look for cash. That's it. Don't put your effort on somebody else's business because they're not gonna worry about you as much as you worry about yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So go get it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And look, that's great advice, man. So I guess look, I think you've been real super generous. I know you kind of like you're going to be getting back to your parent-teacher conference here very soon. So just wrapping up, is there anything you want to kind of leave everybody with, the other members in the group?
Yes, I am. The side project that I mentioned, I am working on it. It's called offmarketninja.com right now. It's under construction. So If you go there right now, it's a construction page. But basically, it's a lead generation site. So for wholesalers, building a buyers list with this site will be a thing of the past. And for buyers, trying to meet wholesalers, trying to get deals will be a thing of the past because they would be geo-targeted to this. I did this with this money, by the way. Geo-targeted to the area. So, for example, if you go to that website and you sign up for a seller, by the way, sign up as a buyer. The buyer account is completely free. If you sign up as a buyer, then you just select the area that you like to receive deals in, and then as wholesalers come in, and by the way, the wholesaler account, it's free for the first month, the $39.99 after the first month. As wholesalers bring in deals, you will be getting notifications that deals are coming through. I will have in the next few weeks, I have somebody working on it right now, but in the next few weeks, I should have a video explaining the whole thing. I'm just giving you a very raw and dirty, explanation right now. But it's offmarketninja.com.
Okay.
It will be up in maybe in a month or two, and it will just help everybody out, man, as far as wholesaling. I mean, if you thought you sold deals quick, I sold a deal in 2 hours. So if you thought that you sell deals quick now, imagine when a site like that, where you don't have to go out and build a buyer's list anymore. You just
Right.
go to a website, up, and just send your deal out, and that's it.
Awesome.
You know?
So it's called off market. Yeah. Well, I'll definitely keep an eye out for it, and you know, reach out to you. That sounds awesome. And hey, look, you're in the group, so you know, anybody that wants to touch John direct, they can definitely do it. Oh, sorry about that. They can definitely touch him direct and then go right to him and inquire personally. So, all right, man. Well, look, I appreciate your time. Thanks for being on the video and sharing your story with everybody. And we'll definitely see you on the next one. And I don't know, you're like me, you don't have check copies, you got wire. So you want to post where your wire came in? You want to post that on the page, shoot us a screenshot or something?
That's fine. I can post that. I got it in 2 different accounts for tax reasons, but yeah, exactly. But either way, I can post the wire, I guess. What I can actually probably post is the closing statement, where
love it.
That's good, and you will see that I took care of about $4,000 in fees, which it was just to get the deal going, but. Yeah, I'll post that. That's fine.
Yeah, 4,000 out. Okay, but you did get some money in your pocket, right?
8,000 for $4,000. That's not bad.
Right, and your wife was smiling, right?
She was smiling.
Okay, it sounds like a win for me. All right, bro.
It is.
All right, man. Well, thanks a lot for being here, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. For everybody in the group, hope you enjoyed this one. Comment. And definitely like and get with John on this, because he's the real deal, man. I mean, I've always known him. I've always known him to be a hustler, and now he's out there just putting in the work. That's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. There is no secret sauce to this. Some education and some work equals money in this business. So don't be afraid to hustle from home. All right. So with that, we're out of here. And
all right. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
All right, bro. Boom. So, John.
Yeah, you stopped it?
Nah, it's still going. I'll stop the recording.